Stay tuned for a face-off Friday with the full spectrum matte ambition and the true matte me. Y'all, ready, as I promised. The mashup. I'll say face-off Friday, but this video gonna be up on a Wednesday. We want to see what both of these do. Now, if you're new to this channel, I only do a face-off Friday on foundations I have reviewed. I'm going to link the videos above because I go in depth with my review as far as how much you get in a bottle, where can you get the product, how much the product is going to cost you, even some ingredients. So, I'm already primed with my Garnier lotion, along with a little bit of Makeup Forever mattifying in my T-zone. I have my two e.l.f. buffing brushes, you all, which I'm just going to mist them a little bit with setting spray because I just like to soften up my brushes before I start anything. On my right, your left, we're going to start with the Matte Ambition. And when I did this review, I did not use a brush. I used a beauty sponge, but I'm going to use a brush today because I want to go in with two of the same type of tools, and then I'll go back and pat out with a sponge to give my more airbrush look. But this is how this goes on, and I am in the shade Tan Golden 1. Tan Golden 1 was equivalent to D10. So True Matte Made came in 40 shades, y'all. 40. So let's get this on, and then we'll talk about it. Now, this is Matte Ambition side. So now I'm going to go in with my left, your right, with D10 in the True Blend Matte Made, which has been on my favorite foundation list since it came out. So see, automatically they feel about the same. I like that warm undertone, which it does calm down, you all. It doesn't stay yellowy like this, which is one of the things that I love about it. But again, let's get this on and we'll talk about it. Now this is how I'm looking so far with both sides already done. Let's come a little bit closer. Matte Made is looking like it's giving a little more coverage than Matte Ambition. But to be fair, I'm going to go in with Matte Ambition. 2 layers. This is layer 2. And I'm going in with this rounded side of my sponge, you all. I did something to my sponge and I actually like it, y'all, so don't clown me. I'll show y'all in a second what I did. Side, this is the raggedy side of the sponge. I broke the sponge, but I like it because I like to sit my hands in here, especially when I'm pressing in my my setting powder and all that. So I'm going to go in with the raggedy side and we're going to add another layer of Matte Made. Again, all detailed reviews brought this mashup on you all is they felt similar, they smell similar, and anybody know on this channel I am the research girl. I'm going to put up the ingredient list of both of them. They have the same ingredients. So somebody said to me, well, I think Matte Made stays a little more matte than Matte Ambition. Or I think Matte Made is a little more full coverage than Matte Ambition. I don't know. We're going to see today. But what I do know is the ingredient list is dead ass the same. So on my previous video when I said Covergirl, I'm giving you the side eye because this came out marketed towards women of color. I guess because of the undertone, Latinas, African Americans, anybody that's considered a woman of color, this was marketed just for that. But we had this in 40 shades. So it kind of made me give the side eye as to the fact of, did we really need that? And some will say, well, Now women of color ask for makeup and now we're being ungrateful. No, we just always wanted to be included and be inclusive. So to make something especially for us, we get it, but I think it's more like you taking advantage of the situation, because you got the Morphes and things that everybody dropped these lines with so many shades. You also had who was that? NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. Everybody dropped with so many shades, and Covergirl kind of hopped on that bandwagon and followed suit. But here's the crazy thing: Covergirl was already the head of the snake. Anytime you are ready to head a snake, you don't have to hitch your caboose to anybody's wagon, because last summer when this came out in 40 shades, this did it for us. This knocked it out the park with a drugstore foundation. Matter of fact, I wore this more than any other foundation I had because it had the perfect undertone. So I think all the other companies, what they did is they hopped on the train that Covergirl did, and now this time around Covergirl didn't want to be left out. So now they say, well, no, women of color, wait a minute, we got something just for you. And it's like, I feel like this is this. So you played us. Just saying. Alright, so my full face is done. Headed to my doctor's appointment. It is 12:30 in the afternoon. I'll probably be back on camera about 8, 9, and we're gonna break this down even more. So I am back to close this video out. It was 74 degrees outside today, and this is what I'm looking like. I will say at best, Matte Ambition goes on a little more lighter coverage, but with 2 layers. You can see what I'm looking like. Highlight still sitting. Matte Made, it went on more full coverage, but 2 layers of that, and I feel like they're about the same. Now 74, I did sweat, didn't blot, and this is just the true reaction to that foundation all day. I have both of them. I will be using both of them. I like both of them. Understand what I'm saying? When you have something marketed toward just women of color, I felt like it was a ploy. Covergirl has always been there for us. Ebony Bronzer was a co-phenomenon here on YouTube. The Queen Collection, they've always represented for us, or at least they try to, and we really appreciate that. But to bottle something up and say, here, this is just for you, and we already had it, I still say again, I felt like everybody was hopping on that trend, like that woman of color. Our skin is not a trend. If you gonna represent for us, and we all right with that. We've always been okay with you, Covergirl. It's just that this wrapped up in a pretty little box to make us feel like we're super special. Made us feel played. I mean, it is what it is, y'all, but I'll see y'all in the next video. I don't know what's gonna be, but thank y'all for rocking with me, and thank y'all for understanding. If you're understanding what I'm saying, drop some comments below. Let me know if you feel what I'm saying, because our dollars matter. That black dollar matter. That's why everything's worded women of color. See y'all next one. Ooh, the ghetto. Ooh, Shade Room need a timeout button.